What's up, everybody? This is Video Direct 10. As a lot of you may know, the NWA Legends Fanfest was held here in Atlanta, Georgia last night at the Atlanta Airport Marriott. I really hate that I found out about it a little too late, because if I would have known about it ahead of time, I would have been probably to every day of the event. But me and my wife did catch last night's event. Well, not really an event. It was Ted Dibiase Sr. Speaking. A lot of you may know, a lot of you may not know also that Ted Dibiase Sr. is a preacher also. And whether you're a Christian or not, it doesn't matter. His message stood out, and that was awesome. It was neat to be in that service last night. When we got to the hotel, it was interesting. We saw, sitting over in the lobby, was Tony Atlas and Virgil, just hanging out talking. Now, let me tell you something. I believe those two guys were probably just a little bit tipsy. A little bit. I think they were at the bar a little bit yesterday. Anyway, those guys are crazy, man. Let me tell you, it was neat talking to them, though. Virgil said, "How about an autograph for me and Ted? How about a picture with me and Ted in it, and we'll autograph it for you." So, man, I don't got no cash on me right now. He said, "Well, I guess you ain't gonna get one." It's funny, and we mentioned something like, "Well, we got kids now, man. You know, all of our money is out the door. Kids, you know." And he goes, "Well, you're gonna have more kids." I'm more like, "No, man, Virgil, you can't have more kids. Sorry." He said, "Yeah, you'll have more kids. You have triplets." Well, oh, man, dude, what are you drinking? Anyway, he kept saying that all night. I walked in the little snack bar area, and he came in there and got him some M&Ms, and he said, "Man, you're gonna have triplets later. Watch." I'm like, "No, man, we can't, because we kind of put a dead end on that road. No more babies." You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it was a good night, but the main thing I want to talk to you right now about is it took me back. I mean, you probably know, a lot of you young people out there. I'm 39. I'm probably one of the oldest in the YWC here on YouTube, besides me and my friend Dennis Spencer. 888-031972. By the way, that's 3 capital H's. 031972. We know about the older wrestling, where it all started. What you see now, folks, with WWE is cool, but where it started, we're talking Georgia Championship Wrestling and the NWA. When I was young, Georgia Championship Wrestling came on every Saturday. It started at 6 o'clock, and it stayed on for 2 hours. It was awesome. We were glued to the TV set every Saturday. Every Saturday. Later on, years later, NWA. I remember them showing NWA on Saturdays all night long. It was on for 6 to 7 hours. Wrestling straight. Bam, bam, bam. Wrestling. A lot of the wrestlers that were at the Fan Fest this past week came out of Georgia Championship Wrestling, came out of NWA. And let me tell you, I wish I would have met some of them. But I did catch a glimpse last night of Mr. Wrestling #2. That's right, Mr. Wrestling #2. If you don't remember him, or if you're too young to even know what I'm talking about, he was one of the first masked wrestlers that really meant something to a lot of people back in the day. Nothing wrong with Rey Mysterio, but we had a masked wrestler back then who we all looked up to. And but I just want to say, guys, wrestling really does matter, especially back then. You know what I'm saying? We had a ball. It took me back to where I started. It took me back to where I first started watching wrestling. My pawpaw first got me into wrestling. He would watch it religiously every Saturday. But I won't keep talking on this video right now, but I'll just leave it at this. Wrestling, yesterday just took me back a ways. It took me back to where I first started really getting into wrestling. And from where it is to then and today, it's just a little bit more entertainment. Well, I should say a lot more entertainment, because that's all it is. Nothing wrong with the WWE, though. But we had a good time last night. meeting Tony Atlas and Virgil, even though they were a little crazy. Also in that service, Finley walked in. He lives in Peachtree City, which is here in Atlanta. He walked in. I got to meet him. He was really cool. But you guys, I appreciate you watching my video. I just want to let you know that the Fan Fest was here, and I hope to God it's here next year. It's usually in Charlotte, but it was here this year. If it's here next year, I'm going. Because these are the wrestlers that were there signing autographs and doing pictures and question and answer sessions. They were the ones I grew up watching. They were the ones. Folks, especially younger ones out there, they're on the YWC. If you want to see where it all started, just look up. You may think it's kind of old and old footage and everything, but if you want to see where it all started, you have to get on YouTube and you have to look up Georgia Championship Wrestling. And one of the king of commentating, the only commentator that ever mattered in wrestling is Gordon Soley. Always remember that, folks. You guys have a good day. Peace.